Welcome to the shop. I'm Fred. So tonight it's just an update on the mill and the phase converter. I've got the phase converter wired in. Just a couple suggestions to anybody who's going to install one of these phase converters. This one here is American Rotary phase converter. Read the instructions. I'm not an electrician by trade. I know a lot of electrician buddies, and we went through this book together. A couple guys from the state group, Jimmy and Arusas, and we went through it, made sure wiring size, everything was up to par. My pony panel was going to have enough juice to supply this big monster of a mill. The phase converter went in pretty smooth, followed all the instructions, actually read the book a couple times in the office there, and just went through it, you know, to make sure 100%. And again, went through with my my friend Jim, who's a industrial commercial electrician, and we figured out, okay, the size of the transformer I was going to need for a 10 horse, and we went from there. Anyways, I got the mill up and running. I have one little thing I have to do is the brake is rubbing on the top pulley, and I'm going to have to take the top pulley off and see what's going on with that brake, because if I let it run for a long period of time, it gets pretty smoking hot. I found that out today after I got the phase converter up and running and got it all wired in, got proper boxes, and got covers on everything, and it's all marked 600 volts. So, you know, when my son, who's a welder, he comes over and does a little bit of fabricating, he knows the things to touch and not to touch. But anyways, let's have a look at the phase converter. I'm going to fire it up, and we'll fire up the mill. Okay, hang in there. Okay guys, so that's the idler motor sitting on the floor there. I've got that sitting on unistrut, and under the motor I've got rubber snubbers so I don't get any vibration in the floor. Mounting on a rubber snubbers will save your bearings and stop the noise from going in and driving the wave nuts. Anyways, and there's a 15 kilowatt transformer, and there's the phase converter there. This is Phase Quest, which is a distributor for American phase converter, and this is a 10 horsepower unit. I've got a disconnect to the transformer, so this was mandatory according to our manual there, and the little pink slip that any peripherals you have after the phase converter other than 240 volt, which that transformer goes 240 to 600, you have to put a disconnect. Or you can automate it with a timer, so when the phase converter starts up 10 minutes, or you can make it any time you want. A few minutes after the idler winds up and is stable, then you can close the disconnect. So yeah, so let's fire this thing up. So we've got that disconnect open, and got the phase converter, the main breaker closed. So let's give her a shot. Okay, so that's what it's supposed to sound like. If it starts to vibrate, check your wiring, make sure you have the right breaker coming in, your input breaker to the phase converter. I'm running a 30 amp on this one here. It doesn't draw too much. And how this phase converter works is the motor creates that third phase out of the polyphase that you get from your city, which is 120, 120. And together that brings your voltage on 3 phases instead of single phases. So that's about the sound. That's what it should sound like, and it's running pretty smooth. Okay, we're going to close the breaker for the transformer, and you can hear a slight hum from the transformer. That's 240 to 600. So let's go over by the mill and we'll fire it up. Okay guys, so I manufactured a new front panel for the mill, and just kind of stuck all the little stickies on there. Start, stop, knee up, knee down, forward, reverse, high speed, low speed. It is a 2-speed motor, the coolant pump, and I have also a gearbox speed of A and B on the side of the mill. This is common in a lot of Bridgeport machines, and this machine also has the power cool feed on it, which I was pretty happy about. This is a big monster of a machine. Like I said, the only thing I've got to fix now is this little brake lever. It's kind of loose. It's not disengaging the brake, so I've got to see what's going on with that, which I'll do tomorrow. And I've got the end plate here, the old bearings off, and we got some new bearings here. Now we're going to put back on the end of the shaft here, and I think I'm going to manufacture a little bit bigger wheel, which I've got some billet here. A little more torque, easier turn, and I'm going to do the same thing for that one as well, just when I have time. So anyways, let's fire up this baby. Right now she's in forward, she's in low speed, and there we go. That's turning about 56 RPM. So we're going to stop that, and we'll turn this little gizmo here. Hang on there. Yeah, I just had to turn the spindle there to engage the B-side. So there, we were up one speed there. So now we're going about 180 RPM. And we'll kick this thing into high speed now. And now we're doing about 1800 RPM. So, and she's running pretty smooth. Like I said, just under that pulley there is a little set of brake shoes, and they're rubbing a little bit there. I'm not going to run this too long. Yeah, this mill came with an Accurite DRO 2-axis, so I guess got the X and the Y. This machine does have a power knee. Let me see if I can get in there and get that up and down. Has power X and Y with this lever here. And then we can do the there we go. And we can do the X. And we have our little gear selection for our X and Y here. And we have 6, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 different 12 different speeds for feeding the table in the X and Y position. And then we have our knee crank. And yeah, so that's about it, guys. So yeah, she's a pretty hefty machine, but she'll do the cutting that I need to do. Like I said, I was doing this little angle bar here for my press, and we stopped here because the next day I had the old mill sold. So planning to get that back on the table when I get the spindle bearings on and get the hub on the top all fixed up. And yeah, so that's about it. This is a TOS FNK 25A. It's about 2 tons, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with the machine. All the mechanical, the gears, everything seemed to be pretty good. Alright guys, hang in there. Okay guys, we're back. So anyways, yeah, so that's the gist of this machine. Phase converter, transformer, everything's wired up. It's running really good. Again, I can't emphasize, read the manual, follow your NEC bylaw, which is your National Electric Code in your jurisdiction or in your city or town. It does help. Read the book a few times. You know, if you don't understand this, consult an industrial or a commercial electrician, because this is really not a this is not something you put in your household. I needed it because I needed 600 volt to run this machine, and most mills are 220 volt. Two-phase. Now, they don't really call it two-phase. It's like a polyphase. It's 240 total. It's so we have 120 and 120 on each leg. But again, read the book a few times. Follow all the instruction sheets. Don't throw the little pink slip out. Read the pink slip. There is important instructions on this about isolating your transformer between your phase converter and your transformer, having a disconnect. And yeah, so that's it about it for the machine and the update. And I have one beef to bring forward to everybody. I did some research on the internet, and I was looking for a manual for this this toss, and I found a place in the UK. www.lays.co.uk. Gentleman's name, Tony Griffiths. So I ordered this manual. This manual cost me about 200 bucks, and it's missing all kinds of detail. And it looks like they took pictures and kind of glued them in on some of the pages. And when you go to some of the electrical drawings, the electrical drawing is cut off, so you don't get the whole electrical drawing in the book. So I had a bit of a beef. I thought this manual was incomplete for the amount of money I paid for it. Here, I'll just give you an example. Here's a layout. Now, how do you distinguish between this layout when you have half the drawing missing? You got numbers, but nothing showing on the drawing, like they're missing about 6 inches off the drawing or 3 inches off the drawing. So to me, this book was incomplete. I had emailed this gentleman numerous times to see if maybe he missed something when he put this book together, and I got no response from him. So basically, this book is going to go in the recycle, and I'm going to have to look elsewhere. I've contacted another gentleman. He actually sent me the PDF from OEM, the OEM book, and I got to look at it. Like, this book doesn't tell you maintenance, repair. It tells you a few things, but it doesn't tell you the types of oil, the grease, you know, if you're using what type of way oil. I'm missing, like I said, parts of my electrical diagram, which I was really pissed off about, because you know, it's a good thing I opened up the back and actually found a wiring diagram inside the electrical panel, and it's got a big electrical panel. There's about 15 or 16 big contactors in there. Knee up, knee down, high speed, low speed, reverse, forward, the lubricating pump, and your start and stop. And plus all the overloads that you're supposed to have in place to protect the motor from burning up. So guys, yeah, this guy, I think he's a little shady. I've sent him email after email after email and no reply. So I've found other avenues. I just want to let everybody know. Maybe somebody has gotten something from this guy and it's worked out fine, but I gotta say, after you spend close to 200 bucks on a manual, it should be complete. So that'll go into recycle, and hopefully the new one will come in and it'll have everything that I need. So guys, with that said, buyer beware, I guess, eh? You guys have a great night. Thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks to all my new subscribers. You guys have a great night, and take care.